Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are all choosing to be the versions of self that have exactly what you want. I hope you are. You'll have to excuse the packages and things, and I obviously have things covered over here, with the Christmas blanket. It's Christmas. I got shit around, yeah? But I wanted the tree to be in a little bit of this video. And there's the only place, it's a small living room. So I know you don't care. Let me just shut the hell up and get business, okay? If you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithKimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by, including my channel memberships. Channel memberships, going to give you that quick rundown. I have the Tuesday night group. We get live together at 9:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That is a zhuzh only group. If you want to be encouraged and have a weekly zhuzh, and you want to hear success stories, I know you guys like the success stories. If you want to hear success stories like marriage, engagement, movement with SPs, mega money, all that stuff, health, mega health, join the Tuesday group, right? That is the exclusive lives group. I also have the Friday group where I go live with them every single Friday at 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That is the hot seat / group coaching. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a hot seat group. You get yourself in the hot seat. You can ask me anything you want. If you join that group, you then have access to both of the channel memberships. Yes, it's a 2-for-1. All right, enough about that. My washing machine is on. Okay, I'm doing laundry. So we got some background noise. All right. Let's get to it. Today's video. I see so many of you in the comments, in coaching sessions, struggling with current 3D. And listen, we're only ever struggling in the 3D because we're judging the circumstances. We're judging the conditions. It's always from a logical, literal mindset. Listen, you're never in imagination thinking about you having exactly what you want, living your dream life, and then feeling bad. It's not because you're deciding to be new self and you're feeling bad. So an indicator of your thinking thoughts that are not favorable, that are not pleasurable, that are not necessary. There's no point in marinating. When it doesn't feel good, it's because those thoughts, number one, do not line up with your current version of self, who you're choosing to be. They don't match. They're telling a different story. For those of you that fear random thoughts, I'm telling you, you don't have to be afraid of your individual thoughts. It's when we repetitively marinate in specific thoughts that they then become beliefs, and then they end up manifesting. But just a negative thought coming in, even if it's the same negative thought, that let's say it came up twice on Wednesday, it came up on Friday, don't shit yourself. It's okay that we get random thoughts. Thoughts are our gateway or vehicles to other realities. We shift realities. We quantum jump to other realities when we decide who we are. Well, how do we decide who we're being? How do we make that choice? We think a thought. Thoughts are just the gateways or little vehicles to other versions of yourself. Mind you, when I say version of self, it means the same thing as state of consciousness. And when you're talking about a new version of self, a new state of consciousness, that's automatically a new reality. It's a new you, new place, new everything. Things might look similar, but they're new. New perspectives, new way of interpreting the world through your new state glasses. Okay? Your state is the filter you're seeing through and interpreting things. Your state is who you are. This is why I worded as version of self. Your state is who you believe you are. So let me just say, when you're focused on 3D circumstances and you're judging it, you're making assumptions about your 3D. Sometimes we get caught up in focusing on the 3D from the place of, I don't see how, by what my 3D looks like right now in this damn moment, I do not see how the manifestation that I'm focusing on could unfold. There's just no way. I hear that, okay? I've been asked that. That was something I thought, right? A lot of examples in my videos are from my own self, just for what it's worth. But that was something I thought. Like, there is just no way that from point A, my right now 3D reality, that I'm going to get to that point B. That is no way. No way. I cannot see how it's possible. So say you're manifesting money, and if you've never had a large lump sum of money, at that time when I was manifesting my money, I had never had a large sum of money like that before. It was way out of my normal comfort zone, or that's something that I could believe was possible for me. So I struggled with how it's going to unfold. And Neville Goddard, granddaddy, the granddaddy of law of assumption, he wrote something that I just totally resonated with. Just hear me on this. You are relieved of all responsibility to make it so, because as you imagine and feel that it is your dimensionally larger self determine the means. Do not think for one moment that someone is going to be injured in order to make it so, or that someone is going to be disappointed. It is still not your concern. I must drive this home. This is Neville saying this in one of his lectures. I must drive this home. Too many of us, schooled in different walks of life, are so concerned about the other. You ask, if I get what I want, will it not imply injury to another? There are ways you know not of, so do not be concerned. I need not remind you that you are now that which you have assumed that you are. You cannot take thought as to the how when you know that you are already. Your three-dimensional reasoning, which is a very limited reasoning indeed, should not be brought into this drama. It does not know. It does not know. Your three-dimensional reasoning, which is a very limited reasoning indeed, should not be brought into this drama. Do you hear the little sarcasm, the little snarkiness in Neville in his lecture? Your limited 3D interpreting mind, your logical, literal mind, is never going to figure out the how anyway. You're probably a very intelligent person if you're watching me, of course, you are. I think of myself as intelligent. Don't any smart asses say, no, you're not, Kim. As intelligent as we are, as geniuses are among us, you're never going to figure out how it's going to manifest. You are never going to come up with the grand plan. And when it finally does manifest for you in your 3D, you are going to have a moment that says, I would have not been able to figure that out. And doesn't fucking Neville say that in this book? Doesn't he say it? I love what he says here. Let no man tell you that you should not have it. What you feel that you have, you will have. And I promise you this much. After you have realized your objective, on reflection, you will have to admit that this conscious reasoning mind of yours could never have devised the way. You are that and have that which this very moment you appropriated. There is nothing you cannot be, do, and have. Nothing. And even where you are in your life right now in this moment, you got there because of your own imagination. You are the only cause. There is nothing on the outside of you stopping you, blocking you, cock blocking you. Nothing on the outside. So let's say you're manifesting a specific person, and this specific person is already with someone. So there's a third party. Even the third party, even this other person, what appears to be a really big obstacle, cannot prevent your manifestation from unfolding. And I know some of us are on the morality, side of the house where you think it's unjust to manifest someone who has a third party. You don't get to tell people what they're going to manifest and what they can have. You don't get to do that because you're thinking small. I've said this before. You judging people for what they're manifesting is you thinking small and limited. You are thinking like a basic bitch, muggle, reasoning, 3D mind, reasoning, logical, literal shit. That's where you're thinking from. Now, listen, as a personal thing, you're just not into manifesting someone who already has someone or whatnot. That's okay. You don't have to. There's nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to make whatever decision you want in what you're manifesting. But you don't get to shit on someone else. You see what I'm saying? You don't, because you're thinking small. You're thinking small. But you know what? In the scheme of things, I really don't even judge you either, because I'll be honest with you. Every single thing in this world is neutral until we give it the label good or bad. And there are definitely things that I label as bad. One of them is abuse of animals and abuse to just innocent people who have done nothing wrong, do not deserve to be hurt, like children, especially, but adults are included. My point is, I struggle with seeing people be abused or hurt, right? That I label as bad. So someone manifesting something bad, like one of those things, I would judge too. I would judge, and I would not help, as in coaching wise. So I don't even really judge you either. I just think it's not for us to tell someone else what they can or cannot have. That's all I mean. But irregardless of all of that, that was a side note rant that had nothing to do with this video. The how. Some of you are so down about your manifestation, and it's only because you can't figure out the how. Some of you are right at that place of, I believe in manifestation. I believe it's all possible. I believe you can be, do, and have whatever you want. But I just can't get my head around how this is going to manifest for me. It's so far away from me, blah, blah, blah. And it's only because you won't take your focus away from the how that you feel is down or blocked. And it's because you're thinking logically. And you're allowing your logical mind to say, that's not possible. It's not possible to your logical, literal, basic bitch, 3D reasoning, 3D interpreting mind. You're right. But for your higher dimensional self, for your consciousness, your God connection, your universe connection, your imagination, every word, every interpretation, higher power, source, energy, moonbeams, whatever you as the individual call it, that has the full view. God has the full view of your 3D. Universe has the full view of your 3D. Subconscious has the full view of 3D. Your I amness. I could keep listing all the different names we call things, okay? You're getting what I'm putting down. What you consciously are sitting here talking to me with or listening to me with, looking at your 3D and saying, this is too hard, I don't see how this could manifest version of yourself. You're never gonna figure it out That's why it's not your job. That's why we don't have to justify to anyone why we want something or why we can have it. That's why we don't have to do that, because it's not our concern how it unfolds. And I've said this before. I can tell you comfortably, off the top of my head, 99.99999% of my own personal manifestations came in a way that I didn't see coming. I wouldn't have figured that out. And the bridge of incidents to it, no, I never saw coming. Multiple manifestations I can say that about. I don't say 100% because I'm like, am I forgetting something? Is there anything that I did think that, who knows? But to play it safe, which is a limited belief, just saying, it came in a way that I never saw coming. So for those of you who are choosing to give up on things because you don't see how it's possible that it could unfold, you're ripping yourself off. You're ripping yourself off, but it is your own personal conscious choice. You can do what you want. But if there's that little spark in you that doesn't want to give up on it because you do want it, it's in your heart's desire. But because you can't figure out how it's going to unfold, you are giving up on it. I am telling you, don't give up. Don't give up on that. It's not your job. You're never going to figure it out. And you're not meant to. Manifesting is not, if I can come up with a way how I think this might manifest, then I can have it. That's not manifesting. That's you accepting less. That's you dumbing yourself down. That's what you're doing. Dream big. Expand your awareness. When thoughts are coming in that are not favorable, that keep you wrapped up in the how, please remind yourself of who you are. You are pure, unadulterated consciousness, receiving input from all versions of yourself so that you have options to choose, all different versions, all different realities. Your thoughts are nothing but gateway vehicles to the other realities. Having a shit thought does not imply there's something wrong. So on that note, if you're worried about the how, it's time to stop focusing on something that's none of your business anyway. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. You guys are killing me with the different names. We got Kimberly. I've heard it's also being referred to as Belaya. We have Sassafras. We have Kimmy. We have just Kimberly, Kim. But I saw someone put in Kim Possible. And don't think because I'm 49 that I'm not aware who Kim Possible is, because I am. Okay, I used to love that theme song. Obviously, when my child was younger, Disney Channel was on a lot, or Nickelodeon, one or the other. And I remember when Kim Possible, beep, 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 beep. I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world. You can't stop me, cause I'm Kim Possible. There ain't nothing I can do. Something, something, know that I am on my way. It doesn't matter where or when there's trouble, you can just count on me. Kim Possible. Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. If you want something, it's okay. I can do it. Anyway, so I take it as a compliment, so thanks. I am Kim Possible. Just saying. Okay? All right, enough fuckery.